Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Yes, I know. Why are we still doing this? Well, sometimes we just like to torture ourselves, pretty much like She Hulk. It was like a hate watch, couldn't help it. And for me, Paradise PD, I don't think anyone else watched it, but you just hate watch things. So here we are reviewing Velma episodes 3 and 4. It's not going to be a long stream because, for fuck's sake, can't follow what the hell's going on, getting lost in the bollocks. Joining me is Zam. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Usually I'm hosting, but I have no idea what the fuck's going on, so I'm leaving it to
No
Ginger.
worries. I struggled so hard I had to keep flicking back to take notes because honestly, so episode 3 is basically so Fred's Fred's in jail and the women have to protect themselves, so they have like a fight tournament, and that's pretty much all that happens in that episode. There's some psychological stuff that Norville does to try and then uses it to try and get information out of Fred about Velma's mother's disappearance. And Norville's still a creep. And that's about it. It was just
What
awful.
I vaguely remember is that there was that will they won't they thing between Velma and Daphne as well. You know, um, because they made out, didn't they, in the second episode, I believe. So that was playing a part to a degree. But they
Yeah,
were winning they were winning their matches until they got to the final, and that's when I couldn't keep my eyelids open anymore any longer.
yeah. Basically, there's a whole uninteresting relationship going on because is Velma fucking is she bisexual? Is she gay? She's bisexual, but it's just difficult to care like at this point because I mean Velma's such an unlikable character that it's just almost impossible to follow. And this episode, it was completely forgettable, like completely. Like I cannot tell you the crux of it. I know at some point Velma takes Daphne's diary just before they're about to face off in that tournament, and she's going to use it against her. But then everyone still takes Daphne's side because like, hey man, mental health is no joke. So that's I just awful. I'm going to give
This is
episode 3 a 0 out of 10. I don't know about you, Zam.
well, this is what I take a day off work for, to watch shit like this. So yeah, if it's in the minuses, dude. Like, we're going way down. Minus 10. Like, it's
Oh, I'll join you on that. Yeah, -10. I'll join you on that. Yeah.
minus 10. There's no positive about this fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely awful. Hate it. I genuinely hate it.
Okay, great. Let's get on to episode 4. Because episode 4 was slightly better, but that's not saying much. Which is why it was easier to take notes. So another girl is murdered, and the school comes to the conclusion that it's only hot girls being targeted. So the mayor or whoever I don't remember who says they have to find the hottest girls in the school. So they do like a top 5 list. Velma objects, but is then made to do the list herself. She struggles to do the list because she just wants to fuck Daphne. So asks Fred to do it now that he's proven innocent and out of jail. He does, and then she gives him a book about the feminine mystique, and then we have a nice little X-Men film reference there. The only thing that kind of made me chuckle. And then we cue yet again the sexification of teenage girls. I mean, this is what confuses me with this show. It's like, is it trying to be progressive, or is it just falling into the same old tropes of sexing up underage girls? I'm very confused. Velma then obviously, the hot girls, she desexifies the hot girls. Then they rebel and put Velma in her place about being as bad or worse than the patriarchy. Then more sexification of teens as they do a sexy dance to clear a path for Velma's dad's girlfriend who's gone into labor. Norton, still a creep,
Oh,
unlikable.
yeah, I
I'm
remember
finding out
that.
Yeah, just finding out ways to manipulate Velma into liking him by hanging out with Daphne and learning about her personality traits so he can be like her. He comes clean and only crumbles when it comes to danger of going into some abandoned cave. This abandoned cave is linked to Daphne, whose parents have imprisoned her to protect her, but she gets like a geode thrown through her window. And so they go to investigate some old Crystal Cove town that's now dead. So it's probably linked to like Daphne's parents. And, Fred just starts changing after reading that fucking Feminine Mystique book and he's fancying a bunch of randos based on other arbitrary bollocks. Your thoughts on episode 4?
Well, by this particular time, my eyelids had won the battle, and I pretty much slept through most of episode 4. Like I think my body was telling me, look, Sam, you don't need to torture yourself. Let me take control here. I'm gonna put you to sleep, so you don't have to fucking watch this shit. At a time when I was like, fluttering with my eyelids a little bit, and it opened up a little bit here and there like that. I saw Daphne's stepmom giving birth, which is one of the few things I can vaguely remember about the episode. Other than that, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna give in to the sleep. I don't fucking care about this shit. This is fucking bollocks. I don't fucking like this. I'm only doing it for the sake of the fucking channel. This is homework. There's nothing good about this whatsoever. This show has not improved after the disastrous first 2 fucking episodes. It's still got
It's
these
gotten
crap.
worse.
Yeah, it's gotten worse. You mentioned earlier regarding progressive. Like there was, I forgot what YouTuber it was because there's a lot of people on my side of the political aisle who I watch who hate this fucking show. They
Oh, yeah.
fucking hate
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and the person apparently is a conservative who created it. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised that the humor's fucking terrible. You know what I mean? And in the direction that it's fucking going. So
Oh, that makes sense and why it's so bad.
yeah, exactly.
And the
Yeah,
sexification of teenage girls.
yeah,
That makes
exactly.
fucking sense then. Because
Exactly.
conservatives are
Yeah.
always a bit sus on things like that.
Yeah, because like some people say, no, it can't be. Because look at this; it's got girls in it, it's got a female lead character. Well, so did fucking Terror on the Prairie, for fuck's sake, made by Shapiro Films, the Daily
Yeah.
Wire. That had a female lead character last time I fucking checked. It's got like a multicultural fucking cast. I mean, these are the sort of things they will throw against. But the woman who created this, who I think might also voice Velma as well, is a black conservative lady,
Mindy
and
Kaling, she's
yeah.
Asian.
Oh, is she? Sorry, I apologize. But
Yeah,
yeah,
she's not right wing. Mindy Kaling's not right wing at
No,
all.
then it must be the show creator. Then I mean, I vaguely remember this because I went through so many different YouTubers who were talking about this, who I
Let me
like to
double check.
watch.
You carry on talking, yeah.
But yes, the person who created this, I mean, I think she might have written the jokes for this as well. Like she might have written the scripts, and she has been involved in media in the past. I know I'm sounding very vague by talking about all of this, and I do apologize for not being totally up to date with exactly what I'm talking about. I'm only picking things here and there from my memory banks, but it didn't really stick to me too much because I didn't give a fuck about this show. Once Ginger told me that he was going to watch this the next 2 episodes, I thought I can't let my man do this on his own. You know what I mean? He's going into danger. He's going into the fire watching these next 2 fucking episodes. I gotta watch it with him. I wasn't gonna bother with Velma at all. I really wasn't. After episode 1 and 2, I was done. This shit was in the rearview mirror for me, as far as I was concerned. But I thought, okay, go on.
No, I can't see anything on them. The guy that created this show, Charlie Grandy, is just
No, there is a woman involved in this. That's for sure. I
let's have a
can't.
look.
Yeah, I
Uh,
forgot who mentioned this
I don't know
particular
if they.
person.
Oh, hang on. Let's see who's this. Hang on. Akshara Sakar, maybe.
Is she a black
No.
lady?
Well, she's she's Asian.
Dark skin lady.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Oh no, she's just that one's just a story editor based on the characters written, series directed. Let's go down to producers. Stephanie. All right, let me just double check this one. No, she's white, lesbian, progressive. Elijah. Let's see. Oh, fucking hell. How many producers are on this show? Jesus Christ. There's like 20 of them. Oh, that's a bloke. We've already done him. Howard Klein. No. Let's try Jessica Kamei Scott. No. We've done that one. Who else have we got? Sam, Richard, Matt, Rick, Amy Winfrey. No, I can't see anything on here. If you find that video, just send it to me and I'll have a look into it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It doesn't look like there's any like conservative that works on the show. It all looks like a bunch of progressives on there.
Mindy Kaling?
No, Mindy Carly's the Asian girl.
It might be her actually.
But she's not conservative.
Yeah. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure she's not. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
It might be her actually because. But you know how some people take a turn. For 1 minute they're one way politically inclined, and then they change. So Candace Owens, Jimmy Dore, being a couple of people that come to mind.
Yeah. But let's see. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff.
Anyway, I think we're
from 8 years ago, 10 years ago, where she's come out saying she's absolutely not a Republican, but maybe she is then. Maybe she is, finding a lot of fucking just weird, like.
Well, remember Jordan Peterson said he
conservative.
You remember Jordan Peterson would say that he wasn't like to classify himself as a conservative, even though he blatantly was. Now he fucking happily says that he is, and he fucking he writes for the Daily Wire. And I've never met a centrist that wasn't fucking right wing. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I'll look into that, but probably she has a history of it, and is just deliberately just making it look bad. But I mean, she sucks anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But all right, anyway, that's it. We've covered it all, short and sweet, to the point.
Yeah,
there's not much else to talk about. This show is fucking terrible. I'll give this episode a -5. Yourself?
Well, considering I slept through it, I don't know much about it. I'm gonna also give it a -10. It wasn't good enough to keep my fucking eyelids open. So my eyelids won the battle because they didn't want me to be tortured anymore by this bullshit. So yeah, -10 from me. This show so fucking sucks. Everything about it fucking sucks. It annoys me.
I honestly, I don't think I'm gonna bother reviewing the next episodes because there's hate watching, but there's nothing there to kind of keep you intrigued either, even from morbid curiosity. So this might be my personal limit on it. I don't know about yourself.
Well, if I decide to let myself fall asleep while watching it, what's the point of watching it? You know what I mean? It's if I'm, there's nothing there keeping me engaged whatsoever. Even stuff like Willow, which I didn't like too much. I watched it for the sake of the channel. I didn't know eventually it was going to end. I was curious enough to see how it would end. But this show doesn't even come close to that, and that show was a fucking pile of shit as well. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. So that just shows you how bad the show is. And on that note, we're going to end the stream there. Well, thank you, Zam, for joining me and torturing yourself with me. And I think that'll do for the fucking Velma. Show sucks. Easily going in worst of 2023. for me. And yeah, that is all. Let normality resume. Bye.
Bye.